gentlemen, the next technical session is going to be on behalf of K-Tech India Limited, and our honorable speaker when we talk about is Dr. S.C. Srivastava. He was born on 15th August in 1956 in Kanpur. He started his career with training in paints and technology with the leading MNC paint company. He is the chairman and managing director of K-Tech India Limited, a specialty chemical and additives company engaged in research, manufacturing of marketing of special chemicals for paints and coatings. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause for Dr. S.C. Srivastava.
Thanks, IPCA, for calling me here, for sharing this beautiful subject called Avinya. I do not know whether I'll be able to do justice for my products or my company or my innovations or my tapasya for 45 years. But I think I'll be able to touch upon, because Mahadevan said, only 20 minutes. Normally I don't, these kind of, situation. Okay, I'll talk 5 minutes on Avinya, and then remaining I'll try to run through, various innovations which are possible here. See, as you know, all of us are born to this world. Forget about paint world or any other chemical world. So when we are born, there are only two people, there are only two entities, we ourselves and this world. When this world we come through our mother and father, which is our mitochondrial DNA and our DNA. But our soul, which is the original intelligence, comes from beyond cosmic forces to this motherland. What happens when we are born? We have only world, and when we begin our journey, we start learning. So when we know the world, that is our karma. Slowly when we go into, and then we try to know ourselves, that is become our knowledge, Gyan. Together with Gyan and karma, when we move forward, we become curious with our haphazard knowledge of our artificial intelligence, because we are born to a mother and father, so they give us whatever name, identity, language, state, caste, religion. Actually, we are not that. That is what is Avinya I'm coming to. So then we try to know with our haphazard information, AI information, Google information, you call it. Information is never transformation. Information is just bullshit. Everybody has same information. We talk about cut, copy, paste innovations every now and then, whole of industry, worldwide. I worked for 5 multinational companies, everybody talked this, and they all exited because they all worked so much on research, so much on AI, so much these things, that every one each Hex had to exit. Bayer exited. ICI exited, Coats exited, and Color Chem Limited exited. These were my 5 companies for 25 years, and I worked for almost relentlessly with them. But they didn't, when they found there is no original intelligence, how long we can make a fool to artificial intelligence? So in a path, when we go ahead, we find with our little bit of confused knowledge, trying to know who is creator of all this, who is creator of this world, me, father, genetic code, mitochondrial DNA, and all kinds of. Then we try to know, this starts our bhakti, that is knowing the Almighty. So now we have a complete haphazard knowledge of knowledge, karma, and kindness. With this kind of situation, we try our beginning, and this is our tapasya. So we trod, it's like on a trodden path, like yen mahajan gata sapantha. That means we try to match the footprints of the great. And somewhere, maybe 2/3 of the passage, maybe 30, 40, 50 years in the subject, we get dubat, submerged. And that time, at that moment, we come to know that all kinds of intelligence, artificial intelligence, which we have inherited, it is of no use. These are all avidya. All avidya means set of information, set of AI, set of so many things. You know, AI has been running around in paint industry last 30, 40, 50 years, spectrophotometry. But if we talk AI, it is just garbage in, garbage out. It is not original intelligence. It is Kobelka-Monk equations which have been worked out several years ago. So Kazan equation converted to Kobelka-Monk, and then we are thinking that we are doing something great. It is all artificial. With artificial intelligence, who is bigger artificial intelligence than us? The human being himself is the biggest artificial intelligence on this earth. And now we don't get people, so we say we have to rely on AI. But original intelligence is something called elimination of avidya. जब अविद्या का नाश होता है तब ही अविद्या आती है. जब तक हमारी अविद्या रहती है तब तक अविद्या आ नहीं सकती. तो चेंज इज द मैटर ऑफ लाइफ, चेंज इज द वे ऑफ लाइफ, एवरीथिंग चेंजेस. प्रकृति परिवर्तित होती है, प्रकृति को परिवर्तन का नियम है. परिवर्तन सिर्फ प्रकृति करती है. कोई कहे मैं बदल दूं, वो गधा है, नहीं बदल सकता. प्रकृति खुद ही परिवर्तित होती है. पुरुष जो हम हैं, ऑलमाइटी का रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, वी आर ओनली इनोवेटर्स. हम कट कॉपी पेस्ट करते हैं, मंकी के कट कॉपी पेस्ट. आज इन 5 कंपनियों को मैंने नाम लिया, ये कंपनियां नहीं है इसलिए मैंने नाम लिया. इन सबके R&D में वही काम होता था, जो यहाँ होता वो वहाँ होता, वो जो वहाँ होता वहाँ होता. तो कट कॉपी पेस्ट का ज़माना चलेगा, बट रोटी गूगल से डाउनलोड नहीं होगी. उसके लिए आपको विद्या का सहारा लेना पड़ेगा. एक छोटा सा संस्कृत वाक्य है, अविद्या तीत्वा मोक्षा विद्या अमृतम मनुष्यते. अविद्या से रोटी खाई जाती है. ये पेंट टेक्नोलॉजी अविद्या है. पिगमेंट, रेजिन, सॉल्वेंट सब में मैंने जो काम किया ये अविद्या है. इसमें कोई विद्या नहीं है. ये सिर्फ मटेरियल साइंसेज है. ये कहीं कोई यात्रा नहीं है. इन सब में मारा पीटी है, काटा पीटी है. जब तक आपकी तपस्या इनमें नहीं होगी, जब तक विद्या जागृत नहीं होगी, तब तक अविद्या नहीं आएगी. तो इनोवेशन, रिसर्च, क्वालिटी, ये सिर्फ सब कौन बोलता है बताइए कि हम खराब क्वालिटी बनाते हैं, हम रिसर्च नहीं करते, हम इनोवेट नहीं करते? सभी बोलते हैं. एवरीबॉडी, एवरी टॉम, डिक एंड हैरी सेज. बट एक्चुअली वो बात नहीं है. आपकी तपस्या कितनी है इस मार्ग पे, आपकी तपस्या कितनी है, वो अविद्या का क्वोशंट होता है. IQ, EQ छोड़ दीजिए, वो सब अविद्या का सेंस है. आपकी खुद की ज्ञान, कल्पना, विश्वास, श्रद्धा, समर्पण में कितनी डूबत है, तब जाकर के बात होती है. 20 साल, 50 साल निकल जाते हैं. इन्हें कहते हजारों साल रोती है नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे, तब कहीं जाकर के चमन में पैदा होता है दीदावर. तो ये सिचुएशन पे अविद्या के ऊपर अब मैं बात क्या करूं, मुझे तो मालूम है 20 मिनट में कुछ नहीं बोल पाऊंगा, बट लेट मी ट्राई कि इनोवेशन टेक्नोलॉजीज में, इनोवेटिव टेक्नोलॉजीज में कोटिंग एडिटिव इज जस्ट ए स्मॉल पैक, 1%, लेस देन 1. एंड देन वी टॉक अबाउट for performance upgradation, prevention of failure, application bliss, and economics and ecology. Now, in this, we bridge pigment technology, resin technology, solvent technology, and oil technology. Now, pigments are very millions. Last 200 years of pigment industry, you see, almost all the big ones have left because there is nothing new coming. वही बात, innovation हो ही नहीं रहा है. पेरिलीन, पेरिनॉन, बेंजीमिडाजोलोन, थाइंडुगो, क्विनोकोडॉन, डाइकीटोप्रोपो, उसके आगे क्या? DBP पिगमेंट 1972, उसके बाद से कोई पिगमेंट नया नहीं आया. खत्म बात, एग्जिट कर दिए सारे लोग. सेम थिंग रेजिन, सॉल्वेंट्स एंड ऑयल टेक्नोलॉजी में. नाउ बेसिकली so these additives are used for decorative, protective, sanitation, communication, environment and health aspects. These chemistries for innovation, we have seen in our lot of long working that if we work on surface active chemistries, chemically active catalytic active and special active. We cover 90% of additives. So we start with the inventions in subjects like wetting, dispersion, stabilization, defoaming, deaerating, slip, mar. This is all according to the HLV values. There is no one standard ideal additive for all. There is nothing one fits for all. It is several thousands of additives possible. There is no standard garam masala. 22 मसाले होते हैं. दुनिया में कोई भी स्टैंडर्ड गरम मसाला नहीं है. एग्जैक्टली कोई स्टैंडर्ड पिगमेंट नहीं है, कोई स्टैंडर्ड रेजिन नहीं है, कोई स्टैंडर्ड सॉल्वेंट्स नहीं है, कोई स्टैंडर्ड पेंट नहीं है, तो कोई स्टैंडर्ड एडिटिव भी नहीं है. यू हैव टू कीप वर्किंग. इट्स लाइक श्रुति भिन्ना मतिर भिन्ना ना ही एकर मुनि वचनम प्रमाणा धर्म अर्थ निहित गया तो ये महाजन गता सपन था. मीन्स दुनिया में सब कुछ एक दूसरे ने काटा है. राम ने कहा, कृष्ण ने काटा, कृष्ण ने कहा बुद्ध ने कहा, मोहम्मद ने कहा, जीसस ने. कोई एक बात नहीं, कोई एक किताब नहीं है, हजारों किताबें हो गई. धर्म का अर्थ सब लोग फ्लॉन्टिंग करते हैं बाहर, वो भी बताता नहीं आपको कुछ. तो करना क्या चाहिए? उन्होंने कहा जिस रास्ते पे आपके बड़े बुजुर्ग चले गए उसी रास्ते को पकड़ो और चुपचाप उसी में तपस्या करो. तो वी आर ट्राइंग टू से दैट ओनली. इन दिस केस द लो HLB, Maragoni effect, transport phenomena, spreading rupture, these are all normal conditions in which we update. And the innovations are replacement of ethoxylate, hydrophobes, mineral oils replacement, molecular defoamers, and ISHA. That means removal of all ethoxylates, removal of all mineral oils, removal of all those materials which are non-ISHA compliant. So we have various vertical brands. Antifoam is our grade, and there are thousands of grades under this. Then wetting, dispersion, stabilization. Then we have mid HLV region. This is always mid HLV region. Reduction of work of adhesion, reduction of work of immersion, reduction of ease of dispersion, stabilization, and the net repulsion must be more than net attraction. That is all Coulombian forces, van der Waals forces, and all hydrogen bonding should be much higher than the net attraction forces. There are innovations towards high molecular weight substances. There is no longer oleic acid, zinc naphthenate, soya lecithin, or even normal amides and amine salts. There are always towards 10,000, 15,000 molecular weight compounds. The new pigment affinity groups are required because the pigments are wide, vivid, and many. Their surfaces are different, so anchor groups are innovated. Then renewable chemistries, environment safety. Our brands which are covering all these are K-disperse. Then slightly going more towards the HLB, then mid to moderate HLB region. These are anti-flooding, anti-floating. These are smaller molecular weight interspacing compounds where the interfacial surface tensions are reduced, static and dynamic surface tensions are reduced, strong deflocculating effects. And then we have innovations towards improved deflocculation, improved steric hindrances, efficient molecular interspacing, and strong pigment affinity groups. So these are, and also ASHA compliance. So the Hexa 4 brands, various brands are under this. Then come to next higher HLV. That means we have moderate HLV. There we have strong buoyancy effect, controlled flocculation, the 3D network, the controlled thixotropy, and then we have innovations leading towards improved surfactancy, biorenewability, and hydrophobically ethoxylated urethanes, that is HURE, and ASHA compliances. So Entil is our brand, which is for anti-settling. Then we have emulsifier wetting agents. These are still higher HLB, very high HLB value, above 12 and 14. Surface tension reduction, strong dynamic and static things, low CMC, critical measure concentration, high cloud points, so ethoxylates are out. Most ethoxylates are actually, innovations are Gemini acetylenic diol surfactants. Fluoro surfactant is also not PAFS free, that means only C1, C2, C3 fluoro. Then we have silicone polyethers, and then we have polysaccharides, and also ISHA compliant materials. So these numbers are, Usol is for common, Ithox is polysaccharide, acetylenidiol, Extrad is the fluorosurfactant. So these are the brands. Under this, several innovations are being covered. Flow and leveling is a very difficult subject. Various polymer chemistries increase its surface tension instead of decrease. Then we have controlled flow on contours, flow control, and the wave, long, medium control, and gloss and lay improvement. These are various coalescing, filmer, and low TG shell materials, and also acrylates. So innovations are controlled CPT techniques, high molecular weight, low polarity, high molecular weight, high polarity, low molecular weight, low polarity, and low molecular and high molecular weight, high polarity. These are the 4 matrices, and towards increased compatibilities and very narrow distribution of molecular and Asia compliant. So Levelon and K-Flow are the brands which are worked. Rheology and thixotropy modifications and the innovations are very many because the subject is various polymers. And then we have networking of hydrogen bonding, then we have non-Newtonian flow behavior, viscosity control, sag control, and thixotropy control. And then we have various innovations in the various fields of quaternary ammonium compound, various coated clays, and new developments in polyurea technology, new developments in polyamide technologies, and new developments in polyurethane technologies. And these are the basic materials where we talk, and ISHA compliant. So it means those TDI-based materials are out, and those materials which are actually not in non-ISHA compliant, they are out. Thixotrons and the analogs are the 2 grades. Analogs is for offsettings and thixotron for paints. Conductivity modification and anti-static agents are very important to help dissipating the accumulated static charges which are making coating a semiconductor from 10 to the power 12 to 10 to the power 6. So from reduction of resistance from 10 to 12 ohms to a semiconducting range. So it's almost making your coating as semiconductor. So these are something which is very important modifications and electrostatic modifications. So innovations of moieties for static reductions. Then we have quaternary ammonium compound chemistry developments. Then we have environment. So K-stat and K-conductions are the various grades. Then sequester buffers, which are various chemistries, metal control, sequestering and liganding, common ion effect, pH buffer. These have been the known things. Innovations have been efficient chelating compounds with the higher values and control of pH and isoelectric point, the pH at which the net charge on the molecule is 0. So isoelectric point is very important. This is the leading factor for the sequesters. And then we have Lithofix and BufferX, various brands under which we are working on it. Then there are many catalysts worked for epoxies, for acrylics, for PU, for MF. So catalysts are the catalytic material, energetic material, which actually they never take part in the process of the chemical reaction, but actually they always change the path and reaction pathways and alternate pathways so that at a minimum energy you can make a chemical reaction. So there are innovations in alkyd hard resin catalyst. There are many metal oil, metal organic frame catalyst. Then we have UPR and polyester catalytic development. Then we have shift trimerization, alkyd MF, that is block PTSA kind of thing. Then we have epoxy catalyst. Then we have polyurethane catalyst, and also the polyurethane foam catalyst. So these are various things under the name of K-stab and K-cat. Then we have antioxidants and anti-skinnings. Antioxidant means they are actually, anti-skinning means skin prevention, and antioxidant means oxidation prevention. One is actually working on double bond, and one is working on metal ions, dryers. So antioxidants intercept the free radicals and free oxidative polymerization. Anti-skinnings are liganding material. They ligand the metal and thus prevent the production of peroxy free radical. Many people in industry, they think they both are same, but they are different. Both are synergistic in coatings, and the innovations which we have, like methyl ethyl ketone oxime free, the removal, which is one, then oxime free, and also better metal oxide. In antioxidants, hindered amine phenol chemistries, better compatibilities, and primary and secondary antioxidant chemistry modification. So the K-anox and Zyanogen are the grades. UV absorber and light stabilizers are the two different chemical groups. They help absorbing UV irradiation in the coatings, thereby reducing the free radical. And light stabilization, that is hindered amine light stabilization. Now the innovations here have been modification of benzotriazole chemistries and further modifications, and modifications of piperidine chemistries and further modifications. So USR and KLux are the brands which we are working on. The dryers have been very commonly available material since ages, historically paint metal carboxylates, but today we talk about the innovations. These are removal of lead, control on cobalt, towards the biorenewable material like ASTM. 1930s, 1940s, if you take out the ASTM on dryer, you will find type 1, type 2. So it means on the biorenewable materials were already used, but today they are, because of octoate, because of naphthenate, because of petroleum district, the whole Western world has spoiled our technology. And now we are talking, they are saying, remove this. So search of synergistic control. And then we have grapho dryers, which create our own oxygen, and also the pre-liganded dryers, which actually help anti-skinning as well as. So the subject is unidrive. On this we work out. And the corrosion inhibitors. Corrosion inhibitors, there are many. Ho gaya? Namaste. 1 minute. So we have corrosion inhibitors. Then we have innovations that intercepting free radicals, intercepting hydroxyl, converting rust, preventing permeability, and various cake or grades. Slip mar. These are slip, silicone, silanol, siloxane modifications, silicone HTF modification, organo-modified silicone, hydrosilylation, and condensation. These are Siloxca brands. Substrate wetting, again, silicone, polyether. They create several, because normal silicones create a lot of problem. So we have innovations like in PDMS siloxane chemistries, hydrosilylation and condensation product, and special silicone polyethers, and the Siloxca SP brand, and the hydrophobiization, water repellency, and anti-graffiti. We have various special additives which are innovated, and then we talk about various modification of epoxy functional, amino functional, vinyl functional, long chain functional, slip mar, and anti-graffiti concentrations. So Siloxca 4 is our brand. Then adhesion promoters, maybe these are DTM, very important things, liganded metals, coupling agents, molecule doubling, coupling of zirconium, titanium, organometallic compounds, and the brand is Anchor. Then rub resistance, we have various waxes, which are raw waxes are never used, normal waxes are never used. These are actually modified waxes, and then they are solutions. So normal polyethylene waxes, which are transparent, they should be used. Opaque means they are dispersion. So PE waxes, paraffin waxes, polyether waxes, then the polyethylene waxes, ethylene bisteramide waxes, PTFE waxes. Now PTFE waxes are actually out, but we talk about the amide 110, 120, which are used. So we have Astra and K-wax, various grades. Matting agents are again the various materials which are difficult to disperse, but then we talk about less than 3 micron dispersions in water, glycol, alcohol, methoxypropyl acetate, that K-mat. Biocides, there are so many problems when we talk about innovation is beyond CMIT, MIT, BIT, OIT, free. We talk about encapsulation route, we talk about slow release of these existing, but then we talk about alternative chemistry, and this is called silver nano additives. So we talk about silver biocides, which is for anti-algae, antifungal, antiviral, and anti-bacterial. So silver nanocore is our micronyl brand. So lots of inventions, lots of technologies, lot of it's a beautiful path. There is no final word. There is no ideal pigment, there is no ideal resin, there is no ideal solvent. So there is no ideal coating additive. There is no ideal garam masala, I say. There is no end. So hence, keep moving. Follow footprints of the great, because journey is better than destination. So enjoy your journey, enjoy your work, and I think, so this is our way ahead. Thank you very much. Sorry,
Thank you
I have
so
taken
much,
about
sir.
2 minutes more, but nevertheless, it was not beyond, it is beyond my control.